Good evening, family. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live here right now, June 16th, 2026. Military topics, facilities invaded by an unknown presence, spheres, colored lights. Something is happening in the skies, and the United States of America is declassifying documents again about that which is inexplicable, the UFO phenomenon. Family, your likes, your comments, let's begin.
Good evening, family. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are now live. Please, your likes, your comments. Do you love or hate these shows? There's no middle ground here. You can watch a show about Iran, about Israel. Well, you spend some time, you get entertained, but are you really here to see what we're going to see tonight? You have to have passion. It's that simple. Either you believe it or you don't. I confess that at one point in my life, I was a skeptic about these topics. I was a skeptic until something happened. One night, in the middle of nowhere, the countryside, already at night, with my family, on a lake. We were fishing, and something happened in the sky. Some lights started to pass over us, much lower than an airplane. And without making a sound, something very strange happened that night. I haven't stopped thinking about it. A few days later, it was in the newspaper. Well, yes, you don't believe it when it happens to you. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But not now. The United States of America has decided that it's time to tell the world that there is something that can't be explained, that we are accompanied by something that has no explanation. Now, I'm not saying they're aliens. That's another topic. What I'm saying is that there is technology or things in the sky that have no explanation at all. Today, the United States perhaps acknowledges for the first time that there are unidentified devices with an unidentified technology and without an identified origin have been entering inside their most secret bases. This is no joke. I insist. The United States is powerful because of its military technology. It's the most advanced in the world. The United States guards it very closely. All the military projects it's involved in. We all know about it. Area 51. That's where at night they say you can see unexplainable things and that you can't. Hace e acuerdo. A few months ago, in February, also military strategies. We raised the alarm. There was a news report. I remember. Also, in fact, we're going to put it here. The city of El Paso, on the United States side, there in El Paso, things were happening. There was talk that there was a drone invasion coming from Mexico, that the cartels had started using drones, and that something was happening. February 12th, 2026. For those who don't remember, I have it here. We're going to show it. I'm going to put audio of what we were saying that night. 1 second. Let's look around here. Here it is.
We are live right now, February 12th, 2026, America. The United States of America has had the first confrontation with the Mexican cartels and has shot down a wave of drones that had entered the airspace of the United States of America. No less than in the city of El Paso. Oh my, things are about to get crazy. The Secretary of War isn't going to like this. All the details, everything that's happening here on military strategies, like comment. Get started. Oh.
That happened on February 12th. Downing of drones that invaded El Paso, drones or UFOs. We changed the title at the end because the images we saw weren't very clear that those were drones. Crony. We were 422,000 at that time. Ahora, we are 530,000, more than 100,000. Welcome to all who have arrived. Here's look. When I see what the United States of America has just published, be careful what they publish. Are testimonies, graphic representations, and some videos of some UFOs, unidentified flying objects, or UAPs, whatever you want to call them now. I quickly realized that place seemed familiar to me. That at some point in the history of this channel, we had been there. We had been watching a UFO. That place. By the way, here's a quick spoiler. One of the things I'm working on. The Warrior Boy. How did the United States find him? Where did he spend his last minute? What happened in Venezuela the other day? We'll cover that in another show and focus now on this area you're seeing. The mines. Narco. Organized crime. We're going back to where this all started last year. Investigate, investigate, investigate. Until we find the truth. But anyway, let's leave this. Let's go Venezuela. Greetings to our friends. You're watching. Doing a live stream means 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of streaming. The preparation behind it takes days of work on topics like this. But anyway, what we're seeing here, the El Paso issue. What the hell happened in El Paso the other day? Is that what happened? 1:23. Who is he passing to? Where is he doing it? El Paso. You already know where El Paso is. Texas. It's a city, Kena, that shares half of the city with Mexico and the other half with the United States of crazy. A real chaos. Paris. What is this? Here you see it. This is the city that stretches across a damaged valley where there are some mountains. There is a city where you cross into Mexico on the other side. For you, about how? What's going on here? It's a well-known place where organized crime groups roam freely. They try to cross the border to reach the other side. There are border police. There are drones. There is the army. There's, let's say, special attention given to one of the most sensitive areas in the United States. That's what we're seeing. That's what it means. That what was happening there, or what's happening there, is commercial or military drone activity. Anything could be possible, except for one big thing. The Northeast area. Forget the United States or Mexico. It's all one area now. It's merged with Juarez, the northern zone. There's a huge mega military complex. This one we see around here. Hit it. The test one. Near the international airport. A little bit even further north. This area that we see around here. With military facilities in the middle of it. These areas where you are. They are restricted facilities for informational purposes, done from here, from this area. In some of these places, military operations on the other side of the world are run from here. What do I mean? In this area, you see here, which I won't mark, even though I know where it is. The famous booths are there, where the drones are controlled, Reaper, and other things. The other day, he stopped at one. Around here. This makes it a non-sensitive facility, critical infrastructure for the defense of the United States of America. Nothing more, nothing. Well then, United States of America, they have their own page. Declassification of the unknown. Without specifying the place. Say no, deal. International, that there are videos and artistic representations of incidents reported near a sensitive national security facility in the western United States of America that involved unidentified anomalous phenomena, also known as UAPs, over a 2-day period in October 2023. How does it fit you? How did that? The United States of America officially acknowledging that a critical infrastructure of the country is being blown up. Blown up by strange phenomena. What phenomena are you talking about? What do you mean? This video you're about to watch is a reenactment based on military reports and created at the request of the War Department. Please pay attention to what we're about to see. Now, because this... What actions does it... I like it because it's difficult.
What actions? A sphere that keeps getting bigger as if it were a sun. And from that sphere, other spheres fly out, blinking and moving to the right. A sphere that stays orbiting in a fixed area and then disappears, and the smaller spheres that come out of the bigger one end up disappearing on the right side. We repeat, a sphere that can be seen far away on the horizon, getting closer to the witnesses. And from it, others come out. First document. It's crazy. There are at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reports, sworn statements of what the witnesses saw.
We're going to see it here. We're going to see who it is. What does it say? The other thing is that I think it's important to understand the magnitude of what we're talking about. We're talking about guard duty. We're not talking about some guys who just happen to be there. We're talking about military personnel, soldiers, who are risking their careers and their reputations to say what they're about to reveal. Now, in a document that I find incredible, I'm being serious. I think it's incredible. It's not just coming from some random person walking down the street who saw a light in the sky. These are guys who are trained, providing security at a critical US facility. It's tremendous. It's really tremendous. We're going to open it. But we're going to see it over here. We're live. You know these things happen when we're live. There it is. The document. Document declassified by the War Department. United States Department of Intelligence and Security. June 2006. June 2nd. This is about the narrative of the testimony of 5 witnesses in the Western United States. The memorandum presents firsthand the narrative provided by 5 witnesses. Of something they observed and identified as anomalous, as an anomalous phenomenon. For 2 days in October 2023 in the Western United States. The videos are fun, but having someone tell you about it, imagine being there in that moment and things start happening. Check this out. In response to Arrow's request to provide a free-form account of the sequence of events exactly as they remember them. Witness 5 submitted the following text. And I headed to the door around 2:30 p.m. Sorry, around 4:30 p.m. At 4:30 in the afternoon, we headed south. At first, we noticed 2 men around 20 years old in a car with a license plate They gave their license plate after being asked if they had any problem with the car. They replied something like, "Thank you for your concern, but we're just taking some photos." We continue. There are some things that are censored. There was also a trailer and a white minivan on the left side of the road. Sorry, let's play it again.
Now, here we are.
There was also a trailer and a white minivan to the left of the road, a little further ahead. We found our parking spot on the road. Identified. Right before the sign that says National Wildlife Park. Name also hidden. The road wasn't paved, and it was rough. There were signs that said you shouldn't sleep in your vehicle when we entered. About 2 miles down this road, there was a trailer, a white Jeep Wrangler, and an old red Volkswagen van. I think I saw a mosquito net inside the trailer. Take a look. The amount of detail they give about a mosquito net, the type, the car, the color. I mean, these are people who had seen it, who have seen it. The sun was setting. But there was still sunlight to see the mountain formations. On this road, further ahead, slightly to our right, at 6:58, 2 minutes to 7 in the evening. Let's go. The bright orange light. Looking closer, the orange light seemed to be placed on something, although nothing could be identified. Holding it up, it seemed to be floating, without resistance or movement. It was hanging just above a distinctive peak on the ridge. I think the light lasted under a minute, but it was around here. But the sighting lasted longer than a lightning bolt, longer than a flash or a light. It says here, in October 2023, looking at Google Maps of the SAI and SAE locations, and I think this orange light was at the coordinates. We couldn't go much further in the vehicle. We parked and continued on foot around 17:10. Look at what he's going to say here. Around 17:18, we saw a large red sphere farther away, facing north and slightly to the west, beyond the peak of Pongo. I'll say the name again. I'm sure I saw 2 smaller red spheres separate from the larger one, moving westward, one separated at a constant speed and horizontally. I also saw another small red sphere ascend, but it might have had a slight angle. The sphere was dimmer than the one moving horizontally. They were released at the same time, moving away from the larger sphere, which remained stationary. That period of time. What? Look at what they're saying here. These documents, they even make drawings for you. The red sphere. The other one is white. The location of the lights. This is according to John Koloski, director of ARU. Right. Be careful, because there's another one. There's another one. We're looking at this document, right? Other witnesses who have nothing to do with this story, who don't know each other, but who were in the same area, they see this. The same lights moving over the tops of the hills. The orbs of light.
And the mystery explained.
An example. Everything that goes on there. And we don't even notice. Step up to the microphone. There we are. Microphone up. Of course, there are many mysteries here. There are many stories. Everyone can believe whatever they want. We're talking about 5 witnesses. 5 witnesses. Independent. But anyway, let's take a look at one that is real. Let's get to it. Let's get to it and see what's showing up. We're live, family. We're here live. On military strategies, I know a lot of people are watching soccer. I think that's great. Fantastic. Enjoy the match. Occasionally check what we're watching. Let's go with this one. It's really good. What's going on there?
Two lights. They look like ballistic missiles, but they're not. Until now, we had been looking at footage that was recorded by drones, intelligence aircraft, combat aircraft. Now we're seeing recordings from the ground. Unlike what we had seen until now, we're seeing lights filtering through the trees. From the garden of his house. We don't have any device right now that we know of that does that. Opinions. They're saying it in the super chat. Our friend Ruby. They've been among us for a long time. I love you. Thank you very much. Sarah, thanks so much for the super chat. Joan Plata says, what nonsense? Big. Interesting. This is recorded with a phone. Remember, they're fallen angels, not UFOs. My husband and I saw similar lights in Las Vegas. Hello, Strategy. I'm Mariana Valle from Mexico. Have you seen the movie Disclosed Day by Steven Spielberg? This topic of aliens and UFOs is very interesting. Are they already in theaters? Are they already available? I haven't seen it yet. No, I haven't had the chance to watch it. But I find it interesting. Let's see. It says here, Diana, read the Bible. Learn the Bible? Read the Bible. We will learn and read it. Let's keep going. Next video. There we have it. One light becomes 2. Tonight is all about lights. With AI. You never know. Daniel is right. But the United States is declassifying this. Which doesn't mean we have to believe it 100%. It doesn't mean that this is
believe it 100%. Let's look up information on this. Let's see. Next video. October 2024. At approximately 6:51 p.m. local time in the northwestern United States, a witness observed a source of light below the horizon hovering over a pond at an approximate distance of 823 meters, or 2,700 feet. The luminous object resembled a plasma sphere that intermittently changed its shape and brightness. At times, the main light source appeared to split into smaller luminous points. There we can already see what's going on there. A light that seems to come out of another. Maybe it could be because of the lens flare. It could be because of the movement. The opening of the image on the mobile phone by doing a digital zoom. A stray light over there. More information about this one. The witness heard no sound from the object. This was recorded by a civilian with an iPhone, later analyzed, and has been authenticated by the United States government. To protect the individual's privacy, the image has been cropped. No enhancements or changes have been made. There we can see it. A light that's just there, still among the clouds or in the forest. We don't know what it is. And it's still there. The sighting lasts 4 minutes. Whoa, look, look, look. It looks like there's a reflection of this in the water. Of course, it says here that this was seen floating over a pond. Over a pond. We're back again to the same old story, the one that's told and retold. They can go into the water and come out of the water. I'll just leave it at that. What could it be? Let's move on to the next one. July 2025. And what happened in July 2025? Well, there was a... Let's see. July 2025. It's the one we were looking at before, that's right. Information about this incident. At 9 o'clock local time in the northwest of the United States, a witness saw a bright, intense light in his backyard as he parked his car after returning from work. The light was floating about 25 feet above the ground, under a row of trees, near the center of the yard at a distance of 90 feet. The witness stepped out of his vehicle briefly, then used his phone to record the event. His spouse went out to assess the situation. He also saw the light and described it as a bright red sphere about 1 meter in diameter. The center of the red sphere seemed to be a white plasma sun the size of a basketball. The sphere slowly rose and moved to the left. Both witnesses saw an identical sphere floating above the first. The witness began recording the event with an iPhone 14 Pro Max, capturing the images shown in this video. When the witness started recording, the spheres moved together toward the west above a nearby tree line. The witnesses described the movement of the spheres as silent and smooth, as if they were moving in unison, as if they were flying in formation or were tied together. When the spheres disappeared from sight, both witnesses saw them merge. The witnesses estimated that the spheres moved from their initial position before disappearing from sight at a distance of 75 yards. This happened less than 25 miles from the sightings of the triangular spheres, the rotation of the red spheres, and the spheres over the pond, a place well known to them. It is sparsely populated. That is, these same lights we're talking about were in the same places, same areas, different witnesses. The 2021. And now that we have an iPhone 12 Pro, at 5 in the morning in the northwestern United States, what's going to happen there? Today, it seems like they've decided to declassify people's documents. Phone recordings that aren't from official military sources, but they're there. What's going to happen there? Let's see. Well, with the iPhone, we're live, family. Right now, year 2021. It's lost. Where is it? Fade to black. The UFO is faded to black. Where is it? Ah, there it is again. It comes and goes. There it is, there it is. Watermark out. There is the video. Description of this event. Document classified as highly credible by the FBI. A distance of 600 meters. It appears and disappears. Sure, but who says there isn't someone 600 meters away with a flashlight? It's clear. Look at what the light does. It splits in two. I'm zooming in. Now I'm zooming in myself. There's another one. Careful, there's another image. Left side of the image. Let's rewind. People haven't seen this yet. Everyone pay attention to the left side below my camera. Let's see. What the hell is this? There it is. Another light. A 500 lumen flashlight. These sightings only happen in the United States. Family, drop your likes. We're watching the mystery right now. To me, this first frame, that one. 3 lights there, 4 lights. The shape looks triangular. Weird. Really weird. Well, get ready for what's coming.
March 2022 at 7:20.
At 762 meters, practically motionless. The source of the lower light,
It seems to rotate slowly in relation to the upper one.
anyone can see this. Imagine being in that situation, in that place, seeing this. No matter what you believe or what you think, it's the same. Whether you believe they are fallen angels or what, that they're aliens, whatever. Do you see yourself in this? There's something that's curious. There's something that's quite curious. Music off. There's something that's quite curious about these topics. And that's that there has been an evolution. There has been a evolution over time that is very striking. And I remember back in the day when we all used to see in magazines and things like that, flying saucers and things like that. And now what we see are lights. Lights that seem more like something gaseous or that don't have a solid structure. There is an evolution within the phenomena. These sightings have been happening since the first nuclear bombs were detonated. They awakened something in the depths of the planet. Well, actually, no, Dom. Before, there are documents from even before the World War showing that strange things were already being seen. But be careful. The United States has gone even further this time. Why do I say that? The United States has declassified private NASA conversations from Apollo space missions, where the astronaut described encountering the unknown.
Well, except to add my thanks for a very good deployment. That's all I have.
Any questions? Any?
Question. The supplies from, that's where we get that.
I don't know where the S4B hit, but this is on the backside of the limb, so I would assume that the S4B didn't hit there, and it was well after that, like a couple of days.
What they're talking about is an audio document that lasts an hour and 36 minutes because it's the debriefing of the mission. And they're talking about lights they see up there, about situations they see up there that have no explanation at all. They're being asked questions. They don't know how to answer.
No. At the time I was doing this, I was looking out the window, and I had darkened the cockpit in preparation for one of the low light level photographic exercises. And that's how I happened to notice that there was this distinct horizon, which surprised me. I happened to be puzzling over that at the time.
Which means that people who often watch the camera from the International Space Station or see footage from a mission that goes into space and see strange things, it's because strange things really do happen. The people who are speaking here, I insist on this, the people who are talking about this, who are witnesses to what we're discussing, are guys who go up into space. They're not people with mental problems or deficiencies, or with only a basic level of education. I mean, these are people who understand all these things. They have years of training, and they know what can fly and what can't. And they come across things they don't understand, things that have no explanation.
So pull up the window.
Shades in the cockpit. They're discussing things with shadows and shapes. It's just amazing. The phenomenon itself is amazing. But what's amazing about this whole story is They are cosas, things that are the country's critical infrastructure.
Get all that. So you can get rid of all those reflections.
More NASA recordings. Colonel,
You expressed interest at one time in unidentified flying objects, feeling that there might be something to all these stories. Do you still feel that way?
they're asking you, this is a private conversation. They're asking you, on some occasions, you've said you've seen flying objects. Colonel, you. No.
Expressed interest. He says
You have expressed at one
and once unidentified flying that an unidentified flight.
objects. Objects.
Feeling that there might be something to some of those stories.
Do you still feel that way? Do you still think that? Do you still feel that? Well,
He says,
well,
I feel that there have been a large number
there have been a large number of them.
of fairly well qualified, or exceptionally well qualified, I should say,
He says, I think I feel quite qualified.
people who have seen objects that have not had any really logical explanation other than that.
He says, they are objects that don't have a logical explanation. That this is being said by people who make a living from this, who have studied for this, who are dedicated to this. That's it. There's really not much more to dig into there. It's good. They're starting to notice them. By the way, let's offer our condolences to the United States Air Service. It is confirmed, unfortunately, that the crew of the B-52 didn't make it. 8 members of the United States Air Force have died today in a tragic accident involving a B-52 that crashed at Edwards Air Force Base in California shortly after takeoff. Unfortunately, our condolences and prayers are with the family. Iran, at least 3 explosions have been reported south of Keshma Island. They must be UFOs. They must be UFOs. Explosions to the south of Kesh Island. Maybe they're blowing up the mines. That could also be. I wouldn't be able to. On the topic of UFOs. Well, let me tell you a bit. I'll tell you a bit. We are preparing the first alert or night of space exploration in military strategies. How are we going to do this? I'm thinking about it. Nothing is set in stone yet, but I'm considering it. We're going to install cameras in the middle of the field, in the middle of nowhere, with the set up outdoors. We'll bring mosquito repellent, just in case we end up with bites. Not from UFOs, though. And that's it. We're going to look at the sky. We're going to spend a night watching the stars, looking at the sky. We almost have all the equipment. We still need to buy the camping table to set up the computer there and a couple of chairs. I won't go alone, obviously. This time, I'm going to take someone with me for safety because, well, you never know what you might run into in the middle of the night. It seems like some earthling to me with bad intentions. That could be the case. No, but I find it quite interesting. A few days ago, we had a document in which a UFO appeared at a volcano or something happened there at a volcano, some strange story. We've always seen this or strange things have always happened at volcanoes. The other day, I was watching a video in the Andes region. I don't know if this video is real or not. I have no idea. But it caught my attention. I'm going to play it. And you decide if this is real or not. Let's see what you think. Let's watch.
This epic moment, guys. I was here at the volcano recording the valley, looking down. Look what we found. A UFO, an unidentified shining object.
Let's see.
It might be Independence Day. Today, man, things are gonna get wild. What are we gonna face, man?
It's likely something shiny on the ground.
Or could it be Goku, man, who's just starting the spirit bomb, man? Look, man. I'll give him the zoom all the way into 126, man.
They're amazing.
Look how it looks on the screen. Check this out. Look at the screen.
What, dude?
It's a triangle, dude. Look.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure if this video is real. The sound from the camera, the zoom, that's what does it. I mean, it's a camera. But of course, there could be 1,000 things happening here. It could be 1,000 things. A 1,001 things. It's like this video you're about to see. Now, and it could be anything, but you just don't know anymore. You have to think. Pilot. And a plane. I can't say if what the Chileans claim is true or false. I don't know. I'm sharing this since it's circulating. Draw your own conclusions. I'm not saying it's true or false. Check this out. What's this, a flying turtle? Could be. What's it? I don't know if this is fake or not. I want a flying turtle. What is this? What is that? Is it one of those balloons that you inflate with helium? Let's see if we can catch it. Super weird. Colombian pilot at 12,500 feet. Colombian pilot. Near Colorado Springs, there's an FBI reenactment where witnesses say they saw something similar to what you're about to see now. Something like that. This is a reenactment, not the real footage. And what about the Colombian plane? By the way, greetings to Colombia. Elections are coming up soon. Let's go, Tiger. Show your claws, claws. I don't know what it is. but it's tremendous. It looks like a kite. That's what they said. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Meanwhile, small plane, an object, it goes by so fast. It could have hit it. It missed me by 4 meters. It missed me by 4 meters. It could be. Ask the AI. I don't know if it's the AI or not. The AI sometimes fails. Identifying things with the AI sometimes fails. I'm serious, sometimes it fails. And quite a lot. Scotland. Of course, we're looking at the documents declassified by the Pentagon. And now we see this. This is Scotland.
Very strange.
We add the music because of copyright. And we see 2 objects up there. 2 orbs of light. Look, they're shining. It's just that nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything. They could be balloons from a party. They could be. They're shining, yes. Maybe there was a birthday or wedding and they got away. It could be. But there are a lot. That's the problem we have now. Or the problem I see with this. You guys are saying it. The topic of AI. The topic of AI, it's a problem. Because now you can create videos super easily. Notice that before we used to complain that the video quality wasn't good. And it wasn't possible to identify. Now it's too good. Now it's too good. So that quality we're seeing, that's already a problem in itself. Because we don't know. What it is, if it's real, if it's not real. I think that question will always be there. Are they real? Aren't they real? Are we or are we not? No. Or what are we with? There's more. In the declassified documents, there's a lot of information in the declassified documents. What we don't know is what the hell they are. It's not known. I think you have to keep an open mind. No. And watch the sky. Any of you can do this. Any night. Get ready, do it. And look at the sky. Let's see what's there. Family, thank you so much for joining us live. I hope you enjoyed this show. Today wasn't quite as the other times. But that's okay. It's also good to watch videos of people who see things from the ground. What happens up there? See you next time. Here on Military Strategies. Greeting.